I never thought I'll enter a competition or I'll be in front of the television. My mother actually gave me the motivation because once you grow up, then mostly junk food takes over. Mothers don't have control over kids, whatever they eat. She actually pushed me to enter Masterchef. She filled the form and everything for me. Rice, roti, paratha, sabzi, curd. If the kids get used to it at a younger age, it's really, really nice. I think it's an inspiration to a lot of girls and women out there who've not really done and explored themselves.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Capital Post. Today we have in our studio Miss Shipra Khanna. She is the winner of Masterchef India Season 2 and has travelled around the world to curate menus for ambassadors and influential people. She has cookbooks in her name and has devised several dishes for her children. Let's take a look at her opinion of the food industry and the future of chefs in our country. So Shipra, my first question to you would be, did you always wanted to become a master chef?
I never thought that I would win Masterchef. I mean, when I had entered the competition, it was just the second year. It was just the first season winner. So Masterchef as a property was just picking up in India, and I just loved cooking. I still love cooking. I love to cook and I love to feed people. That's it. I never thought I'll enter a competition or I'll be in front of the television or I'm a very one-to-one kind of person. Now, I mean, with time it's changed, but I've always been like a really private person and not like to be in front of media all the time. So definitely, I never thought that I would even enter a competition. Winning is like completely out of question because I never thought I would.
Absolutely. What was the motivation behind, going into MasterChef auditions in the first place? What were you
Uh,
doing
my
before that?
my mother actually gave me the motivation, and I always say it was my mother's instinct that told her that she loves to cook, and she actually pushed me to enter MasterChef. She filled the form and everything for me, and that's how I entered MasterChef. Motivation, I was always like really fond of cooking, and especially for my daughter, I used to cook so much for her because she was only allowed home food, so I would always cook like something which is really delicious and she would like it. I would try to cook replicate it at home, make my own recipe, and that's how I actually started to cook.
Oh, so your daughter was your true motivation behind this.
Yes, she was the one who actually, because of whom I really got into cooking, because I really wanted her to be healthy and at the same time eat like really good home, like good food, like taste everything. So, what if you're not allowed outside food? You can have the same at home. So, and plus, it was really creative. So, I would do like really innovative cooking, and she was a foodie. So, it was a good match.
I totally get that. Daughters love food sometimes, especially the spicy ones and the
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She loves spicy and all types of food. And it was just like, if you said no to, you want to have it more, right? Like anything that you say
true.
you refused, you want it more.
Kids
So,
are just like that. Right. So tell me, has the fame affected your family life, your personal life, your daughter?
it's like fame has definitely made me more busy. But at the same time, as a person, I would say I haven't really changed. It's just, in fact, it's just grounded me even more. I'm quite, as a person, I'm very compassionate. And winning and this success has actually made me more, I resonate with people and I'm more compassionate. I think all those qualities that I had as a simple human being, it's just enhanced. So that's the only change. And of course, like busy is good. So that is always there. Especially I always tell girls and women that if you're independent, I mean, one needs to be independent. It's for nothing else but your own self-esteem and your own self.
So now you own restaurants and you have your own business and you're enjoying
Yes.
it?
I'm enjoying it. It's a lot of hard work, but at the same time, I think when you're passionate about your profession, you just shine bright. Something that you're passionate about, and you should always. I mean, I'm not saying that it's easy to follow that, but I would say I'm like really blessed that I get to follow my passion, and that's my profession. But yeah, it never seems like work then, right?
Right, absolutely. When passion is mixed with work, It's of course you enjoy every bit of it.
Yeah, that is true.
So you were a housewife before you started
Yes.
with MasterChef
Yes.
and everything.
Yes. I was a housewife, and I come from a family where I had never actually gone to a bank to even have an account, or deal in a public, like in a, say, like an institution like a bank. I would not know where to go if I have to deposit money, or I didn't know nothing because it was all taken care of. So I never had to step out of home, the comfort of home. So it was really difficult for me to start life from scratch. But I think at the same time, having said that, I think it's an inspiration to a lot of girls and women out there who've not really done and explored themselves or their talent out in the world, that nothing is actually impossible. You can, if you want, you can just do anything.
I completely agree to that. I mean, being in a woman in a corporate company, also, I really feel that there's a lot of opportunity women are actually willing to go ahead with them. So tell me, you promote healthy food so much, organic food, and you have so many nice recipes that are completely, fusion also. I mean, baking and other things also. I read so much about your work. So, what is the one thing that you recommend is most important for kids today when we talk about healthy food?
I always insist, especially for children, I insist that they should have, or mothers should try and feed them seasonal vegetables, and vegetables which are loaded with iron, like spinach and carrots. Now winters are here, and you have a lot of greens, but at the same time, a lot of mothers are like, kids are so fussy, they don't want to eat all the green things and all. So try to camouflage it, like you can make puris, or fried breads that we make in India, with spinach, or beetroot, which is very good for your hemoglobin, and gives you a lot of, spinach gives you a lot of iron, and beetroot is also good for your skin. And these are things which kids, as kids, you need maximum nourishment, because once you grow up, then mostly junk food takes over. Mothers don't have control over kids, whatever they eat. So it's this, where their kindergarten age, where mothers really can focus on what their children eat. And seasonal vegetables, and like I said, normal Indian food, which is, I think, the best food that's available in the world, because it's such a balanced diet. If you get to have make your kids have that Indian meal, which is lentils, rice, roti, paratha, sabzi, curd. If the kids get used to it at a younger age, it's really, really nice. But I know that mothers are really experimental with their cooking also. So yeah, like making pumpkin cupcakes, for example, or adding spinach to waffles or pancakes. Or beetroot to the pancakes. I mean, it really makes it more colorful, which kids really enjoy, and makes it really nutritious as well.
That's amazing. I think I'm going to try this at home and see what
Yeah, and
feedback I receive.
just
Yeah, I think kids are not that fussy as we have in our head that they are fussy and they won't do this and they won't do that. But if you mold them that way, it's very easy to actually get them to eat what you want
yeah,
sometimes.
it is. I mean, it just depends how much man hours or woman hours you want to put under,
Right.
like grooming the kid. I would just call it grooming, or just like taking care of them.
Done a good job.
Yeah, of course.
Right.
Proud moms.
Absolutely. So, tell me one more thing. You said you travel also, right, for your restaurants. Are they all in India or do you have a
So
restaurants abroad?
I do a lot of consultation to restaurants, and I also do a lot of pop-up dinners. Like I curate menus for a lot of H and
Oh.
I dinners, and a lot, like say, for example, internationally, I represent
Mhm.
India in other countries. I do like Indian food festivals, like I've done in Israel. So it was an Indian food festival where I hosted a dinner for all the diplomats, and all the people from the tourism, and a lot of ambassadors. So I curate menus with teams, and I organize dinners in like really high-end places. Like one I did at Ribera de Duero, which is a wine region for all the vineyard owners and sommeliers, and then I did another one in Bilbao, which is it's a 180-year-old gentleman's club in Bilbao, which is the Basque country, which is known for its gourmet and gastronomy. It's amazing. So, this is something that I do, and I travel a lot for it.
Okay. So, do you think there's a difference between how we conduct things in India and abroad? And is the market in India more dominated by women chefs as compared to the foreign market?
I mean, you know the answer. Like, women chefs are, I find more of women chefs outside India, definitely. And I would say that now women in India are still coming in the culinary scene where they're cooking in restaurants or owning cafes, or, whether it's patisserie or main course, or like, if they are into the kitchen as well, not just front office. First, it was just like the front office, but now things are changing in India. And I mean, outside, definitely you have more women who are in the kitchen, and they're more accepted here. I think in India, it's more male dominated, whether it's brands or kitchen scene, or in a restaurant, for example.
So I've often heard about organic farming. Like a lot of chefs do their own organic farming. Are you also into all that, or do you just purchase raw
See,
materials from outside?
so there are a lot of farmers who are doing, organic farming. I think supporting farmers is as good as doing your own thing on the side, but it's a different concept altogether. Yes, I mean, you can have a kitchen which is your own kitchen garden where you're growing your organic farming, but I think the government should support such farmers who are doing organic farming and they are supplying to other restaurants. That is also very important, because everything is about supporting each other. And once you strike that, I mean, people who are already doing that job, they definitely know how to do it better than you. So supporting them by using their supplies is equally important.
So you say that there are so many ways of a supply chain and managing things. So the existing ones, I think they're good enough. They're providing good quality for us to
Yes,
consume,
and
right?
why not? When we all seek for, like, especially if you're starting like a small business, you seek for some government support, and other countries are definitely providing. And in our country, like a lot of organic farmers, when I get to speak with them, there's a lot of, like in any other job, there's a lot of effort that goes into it. And if people are not buying and there's no government policies coming for it, it's really disheartening. So yeah, I mean, if you can support some farmers in whichever way, it's amazing.
Absolutely.
Or
I agree to
businesses,
that.
or businesses also. Yeah, that's how you
Right.
grow. That's how the economy
Of course.
progresses.
Right. Where do you think the food industry or the, hospitality industry is going in the future? Do you see the industry size growing with all the cutoffs and everything? Where do you see us going?
See, it'll definitely, I mean, culinary scene definitely is going to be growing, and there's always going to be like a lot of variety of cuisine. And but India is a tough market. It really depends what kind of restaurant you have and what you're doing. But food joints, I think, which are really good and doing really delicious cuisine, they're all working. So it's definitely going to grow.
I completely get that. So, Shipra, I would like to wrap up over here and say thank you so much for being with us over here tonight. Capital people of Capital Post are really, really happy to know you. And directly, from your comfort zone, it was so nice not to, get into a formal setting and actually be able to connect with you one to one like this. It was
It was
really
a
nice to know so
pleasure.
many things.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure
It was
from
a
our end.
pleasure.
Too.